How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. Glad to see you again. So in this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and showing you guys a loot video. This is a loot from 30 hours of killing banshees, and I was killing the mighty banshees. I'll show you guys exactly how I did it and everything, and also I guess I should probably tell you why you'd want to do this. So banshees are actually one of the champion scroll dropping creatures in the game. So if you're going to go for collecting all the champion scrolls or trim completionist, now that trim completionist is much easier to get because they took away the Castle Wars requirement, then you're probably going to end up killing about as many banshees as I did or something close to it. So I can show you guys what to expect for loot, and also I'll show you guys also how I killed them. So let's go ahead and start with the how I killed them. I put them in my player-owned Slayer dungeon. If you do not have a player-owned Slayer dungeon, then you can maybe find a friend who has these or just not use it. But the thing is though is having them in your player-owned Slayer dungeon is way easier than not doing it, because the location of where you have to kill these is not that great for actually doing this. And if you have them in your player owned Slayer dungeon, you can AFK the entire time. Now, like I said, I did do 30 hours of banshees, so it was a very long time, and for you to manually click all that would have been a real big pain in the butt. So basically, the armor I used while killing these also, I got it right here, is I used my Slayer helm, because you have to be able to have a nose peg or whatever in order to stop these guys from killing you. I think it was, no, sorry, earmuffs. It's earmuffs. So you have to wear basically the Slayer helm while you're killing these. I used the Illuminated Book of Chaos. I used a Terran Quiver. I used a Salve because Salve does extra damage. And I wore as many Ghost Hunter pieces as I possibly could, which is basically 2 pieces, in order to give me a better damage boost against them. And then I had my Augmented Vertus Top that has Scavenging 3 on it. And then I've used my Sun Spear. And basically I just use a Sun Spear because you're only going to need like 1 or 2 hits to kill the banshees anyway if you're a higher level player. So it doesn't really matter what tier weapon you use as long as it's above tier 70. I just use the Sun Spear because Sun Spear is something I'm leveling up for invention and whatever. I also use my Cinderbane gloves, which is kind of nice for extra DPS. Boots of subjugation, which you can swap those out for something else if you want to. And then the obvious Luck of the Dwarves. So everything right here is kind of interchangeable. As you can see, these perks are not set up correctly or whatever, but I didn't really care because banshees die really fast anyway. But that is kind of a general idea of what you want to bring. As far as the actual loot and my inventory goes is right here. I brought an Enhanced Excalibur, which was nice to use regular healing. I found that wearing the gear that I have right here and killing mighty banshees, it was actually fairly easy to stay alive by just only using the Enhanced Excalibur or by rotating through one of the various auras you can use, like Vampirism or Aegis or something like that. Most of the time though, you're not really have much of a hard time staying alive. I really wouldn't recommend doing something like like some of the more expensive methods to keep your prayer up and use Soul Split the entire time, as you don't really even need Soul Split if you're maxed out combat here. You can quite simply just stay alive with Excalibur. I did use a large rune pouch. I used my spring cleaner. I used my gem bag and Kairos clue carrier and a spirit gem bag. They do drop quite a few spirit gems, so it's definitely a good idea to bring one of these bags. You can buy one of these in dungeoneering. You can also get your gem bag in dungeoneering. Both these are pretty much invaluable for killing these because they do drop quite a few of those. As far as clues go, I already converted my clues down to easies because I'm gonna try to go for the easy clue log. But I did get about 40 hard clues during my 30 hours here. So I don't know. It's very RNG based as far as like, how many of those clues you'll get, but I got roughly 40. Also look into our drop log, and I'll go and get into the money involved. So I did get my Banshees champion scroll, as you can see right there on the screen. So very happy to get that, and man, I was glad to get that after killing these for 30 hours. It was ridiculous. So I actually literally started to wonder if I was killing them the wrong way, or maybe they just couldn't drop them in here or something. It was really getting close to me being like, okay, I'm like done. And the funny thing is about 10 minutes after me thinking that, I got the drop. So it does happen. It is possible. Going in right in here, we'll look at my overall inventory right here. This right here is all of the loot that I received. The only thing different that's not going to be shown on here, and by the way, this is about 8.4 million in loot. So I definitely would not recommend doing this if you're just trying to make money, as these girls, whatever they are, is not a very good idea for just straight money. But if you're doing them for champion scrolls and you're doing like the, cost-effective methods, as I was showing, like Excalibur or whatever, instead of using Soul Split the entire time, etc., then killing these is very easy. You do need to use aggression potions here. Well, I just want to mention that before I forget it. So just keep in mind, you're gonna have to calculate that. That ends up being about, I don't know, maybe 55 aggression flasks that I used. So that was about 5.5 million right there. So in all honesty, you're not really going to make much money from doing this, but this is the loot you can expect, and the loot will at least pay for your costs. So there is that. Also, this does not take into account the coins I got. or some of the other things that were destroyed by seedicide or were destroyed by the spring cleaner or whatever. So if you do end up, picking up like extra things more than what I picked up, because I really only saved the quorum seeds, etc., then you might make a little bit more money. Although that's going to take down your AFK a lot more, and you're not really going to be AFKing as much. It's going to make these a lot more of a pain in the butt to do. So anyway, guys, you can expect to get something right around 10 million worth of loot if you count into like everything they drop. So you can expect about 10 million in the 30 hours of killing these guys, and that will give you your champion scroll. Obviously, you can get the champion scroll quicker than I did. You can also take longer than I did. But anyway, this was my journey to the Banshees champion scroll. I just kind of want to share this with you because I feel like not a lot of people will actually make a video about like a really random loot from video involving something like a champion scroll hunt. So I was like, yeah, you know what, we'll have some fun with it. Also, one really quick note too. As you see my Virago shard here, this cute little guy, the Solomon store does have a really good sale on it right now. So if you guys have not checked out the Solomon's summer sale, then I recommend running over there and jumping into that. Also, check out our Discord down below if you guys would like to see some flipping and stuff like that. If you're into flipping or want to learn how to do flipping or whatever, then feel free to join down there. We have about 4,000 members in there right now, so quite a few people to talk to. Anyway, thank you so much for the support, everyone. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.